What's up everybody, this is still Wakes Deep and today we're gonna go deep into the game to test it out on an RX 6600 GPU paired with a Ryzen 5 3600 and 16GB of DDR4 3200MHz RAM. We are currently running the game at these settings. As you can see right here, we're using maximum settings. Let me show you. 1080p, motion blur, film grain and chromatic aberration are turned off. I'm using Epic preset, so everything is to the maximum with FSR3 on quality and without frame generation currently. Alright, I'm also gonna disable this VSync. I don't know how it's turned on. And yeah, so everything to the Epic, currently running FSR3 on quality, and I'm just gonna turn it off also. But with FSR3 on quality, the game is running manageable at 1080p maximum settings, but without it, it doesn't run very good, let me tell you that. So let's move on ahead. There is an objective. I have to reach that area. I don't know how we're supposed to go there, but this is just the start of the game and we're on a ship, on the deck of a ship, and we just reached here. We're trying to find something. I don't know what it is. It looks like we have to move around from here or something. I don't know if my character can squeeze through that. I'm not a blob. Okay, so yeah, let's try to move forward. And we're currently getting like 57 FPS average. I'm gonna start counting the frames again. And don't know if there is an option to go from here. Yeah, I think I have to climb. Yeah. Although the graphics for this game are pretty nice, but I cannot say the same for the characters and yeah, the character textures and faces. They don't look very good, but environments and stuff are really nice looking. It's an Unreal Engine 5 game that's just released a few days back, and I think this is a horror experience, so a linear horror experience. So if you guys want to play it, you guys can go ahead and check it out yourself, and I think it's gonna be amazing as far as I've observed. Okay, so still getting like 46 FPS average, which tells us the idea and gives us a quite nice representation of how this game is gonna run on FSR3 quality. Now I'm gonna turn on frame generation here. Okay, let's see how it runs and if it does do the work, which it does actually. As you can see, the frame rate has kind of doubled from 40 to 90 or above 90 most of the times. I'm gonna start counting the frames again as soon as this guy stops mumbling stuff in my ear. Yeah, so he told us some stuff. I don't know what he said because I'm not using any headphones. So we're supposed to go there still. I don't want to talk to anybody else. So the frame rate is dropping right now, like in the 80s, higher to 80s. That's the most I've seen with frame generation. And also input lag doesn't feel that bad because this is a first person and just a single player experience, so it's gonna run pretty nice with frame generation also. And these graphics, let me tell you that they look very good. Alright guys, so we got 92 FPS average. Let's try with native resolution now, because I want to see that we're able to use native resolution. Yeah, we can actually use native FSR3 with frame generation, so I'm gonna do that. Alright guys, this is native resolution now on FSR3 with frame generation, and I think frame generation is turned off. Let's try to toggle it again. Seems to be some issue with it. Yeah, so it was turned off. I think this is native resolution experience, guys, and let me tell you that FSR3 native looks really nice in this game. There are not many jags even at 1080p. It feels like I'm playing at a higher resolution. And compared to quality settings for FSR3, this is really sharp looking. Although the FPS, as you guys can see, it's in the 20s, which is not very feasible for a game, even for a single player experience. Let me try to turn on FSR3 frame generation at native AA. But it doesn't seem like it's actually turning on. So there seems to be some issue with it. Let's try to go back. Let's try to go to quality setting and let's see if it turns on itself again. Yeah, so it's turning on when I'm using quality setting, but quality setting FSR3 doesn't look very sharp. As you can see these small lines, these jaggies, they're pretty bad compared to native resolution. Also, frame generation is working with quality setting, but it's not working with native AA. So let's try to use some other setting here. Let's see if we have some other options. We have XeSS, but we don't have XeSS frame generation. UETSR on Epic. Let's try to use that if it gives better performance compared to FSR3 native AA. Seems like it still gives in the 25s. Yeah. So I would say that FSR3 is the way to go then, on quality at least. If you want to play at maximum possible settings, then you have to use FSR3 on quality. And yeah, that's gonna be the way to go, guys. Okay, so we have frame generation now with FSR3 on quality. I'm gonna go back and yeah, in the same area. Now let's try to go to lower settings, okay, at native resolution. Alright guys, this is native resolution now, 1080p, FSR3 native, and frame generation is currently turned off. I don't know why. If VSync is turned on, I'm going to disable that. We're at high settings preset. Alright, let's see how it's running. Seems like it's running better than before, like 10 to 15 FPS more, because we were getting like 24 FPS previously, and now we're sometimes in the 40s and sometimes in the higher 30s, which is really playable for a single player experience. And yeah, the game also looks pretty sharp. Yeah, with native AA FSR3, it looks really sharp compared to quality setting. So I really recommend this. Let's try to move forward. Let's press this. Alright guys, we are moving up this elevator, and yeah, the frame rate right now is still in the 40s, and I didn't start counting the frames, so I'm gonna do that now. And we're in the 39 FPS average range right now, which is very playable. And I hope you guys are enjoying the content coming these days, because many games are coming, but they're not AAA, but they're still very nicely done by the developers. So let's keep on moving forward. I don't know where we're supposed to go. It's telling me to go up the office. Okay, so 40 FPS average. I think this tells us and gives us the idea how this game is gonna run at these settings. Now let's try to turn on frame generation again. Maybe it's gonna work now, which doesn't seem like it. So frame generation is not working at native resolution. This is really weird, because it should be working with native AA. Also, I think there is an issue with the game right now, which the developers are not fixing. Maybe it's gonna be fixed in the next patch or something, but yeah. So now we're at quality setting. Let's turn off frame generation first with only quality setting. And if you guys like just to play without any kind of frame generation and input lag, you guys will be enjoying these settings. Okay, so this is now 60 FPS, close to that. I'm gonna open this up and let's watch this cutscene and move on forward. So the cutscene is over. We're outside. We're still getting like 66 FPS average, which is pretty nice. The performance is, even at without any frame generation, is looking really nice and performing really nice. Although there are some jaggies and some ghostiness with quality quality FSR3, and that rope is kind of like at 30 FPS or like at 20 FPS. I don't know if that's an issue with FSR3 or something. Let's try to go with frame generation now. So yeah, I think it's just frame independent of how the game is running. Okay, the rope is just rendering at a lower frame rate. Sometimes in games they make the cloth run at 30 FPS independent of the frame rate for the whole game. But yeah, so now in the 120 FPS, which is really nice because I've got a 144 Hz monitor, and it's also the character. This character is also running at like 30 FPS, which is not very good. So that guy just fell down, and we are also falling down. Everybody fell down. Okay, all right. So still wakes the deep. Seems like we're gonna be deep into some water. Yeah, so getting like 140 FPS currently in the loading screen, I think. Although the colors, they seem really nice looking. Alright guys, we are back, and seems like we just were drowning. We were having some kind of hallucination and watching some things, and afterwards we are here now. Our guys saved us, and we're still getting like 140 FPS, so which is really nice. Okay, so these are the advantages of frame generation. At least we get close to our monitor's refresh rate, which wouldn't be possible if we weren't using frame generation, that is. Okay, let's go back to native resolution now. Let's lower the preset to medium, I think. So I think, guys, we don't have a preset in this case, but I've manually went ahead and applied everything to medium and just lighting, which is only two options available, and that is epic and high. Okay, so this is just medium settings now. Add native resolution. Seems like even at native resolution, we're getting the same frame rate as before, like in the 40s. Let's start counting the frames again. There are a lot of cutscenes that are coming, and I don't like that. I just want to have an experience for a game. I didn't sign up for a movie, so that's that. There's a lot of cutscenes coming. So I think these people are Irish, and they're speaking like aye, captain. Yeah, like that. Okay, so don't know what we're supposed to do. Examine this, examine that, and you're done. Alright, so I think somebody's trapped inside there. I don't know what we're supposed to do. Yeah, we're supposed to pull this lever, idiot, and you have to hold it. Pull it down. Okay. Alright, so we're getting like 42 FPS, although we're still we're going into the 50s also sometimes. So I think, guys, I've figured something out. Everything that is hanging in this game, like the ropes, clothes, and people, even the people hanging, are actually running at a lower frame rate than what you're getting on the screen. I think they're locked at 30 FPS. So usually in games, the things like cloths which are hanging and waving around, those are locked to a specific frame rate, but in this game seems like everything that's hanging is locked at a specific frame rate. I don't know if it's 30, 25 or something like that, but it feels like and looks like it's lower than what you're getting on the screen. We're supposed to go down here. Game feels like it's really enjoyable, so it's not a bad experience in my opinion. If you guys want to play this game, I think you guys will enjoy it. What am I supposed to just jump from here? No. Or here? No. I think we were supposed to go from up there. Alright guys, we are still getting in the 40s and 50s sometimes. So let's go ahead now and turn on FSR3 frame generation. Alright, let's turn on everything and see how the game runs and how it actually look. Seems like it kind of looks the same as high settings. Lighting has a huge impact on performance and on frame rate in this game, in my opinion. And yeah, at epic setting, lighting was really intense. And yeah, at high settings even lighting looks good. It doesn't look bad or anything like that. So yeah, this is a very good experience in my opinion, even at medium settings. Let's go to low settings now, just for the sake of it. Let's go and lower the settings even further. We cannot lower lighting settings, so let's go to low settings here. Everything else, and as you guys can see right here, we're lowest on everything else. Okay, let's turn off VSync. I don't know why it's turning on itself again and again. So seems like the performance is kind of stuck at 120 FPS now, and even though I can see the GPU is quite maxed out and it's not a CPU bottleneck in any way possible, it's like 95% GPU usage. So yeah, I think you guys did get the idea of how this game is going to run on any system, or your system specifically, or this system. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.